All right, we are live. So just gonna double check so everything is all right. This is what you do. Your there we go. Yeah, I'm live on Twitch, and let's check YouTube as well, just to make sure. Your channel, and yeah, I'm live there too. And we're just gonna check. Bum, ba, bum. Let's see if the audio is there. Here, shit. Oh, that's what I have. Let's see, where is my monitor? Anyway, how about now? Yeah, that works. All right, cool. Turn that off. Don't need that. Cool. All right. So what the hell are we doing? So I sat basically entire yesterday and just trying to plan out how to do everything. I was investigating the whole process with doing a let's see what the hell the name was for it. Classes game. What the hell? Go in here. So I was thinking about render targets and display an actor. For example, if you want to test out the actor and update the slots and get the data, even though you're not sitting in that particular ship, then you can create a display actor that you actually, if I open up this display actor, boom, go to use port. This is just an example stuff, but you place in a render target and then a scene capture component, and then you're creating a render target that you are displaying on your let's see, this is the widget. This is just for testing, so it's rendering. So if we take these side by side, let's see if I can get it side by side and make it boom. Probably can't. I'm thinking about it, but anyway, if we take that and we are doing that. Now if I change spring arm on this one, it updates the render target here. So if we then through the widget control our movement with the mouse over the widget, so we control the spring arm on the widget, we can pan around this render target that we can launch into our space. Anyway, so what that brought me to was to say that I need to have a render target or a ship display actor that I can update all things on the mesh and all information on the mesh. So this need to be a complete actor, just like our, Jesus, the dogs are going insane. This needs to be an actor that can access all vehicles, ships, what have you in the game, and can get all the information from all the components, all the modules, and it's going to have a shit ton of information. So that I start thinking, how will we access that the correct way? Well, that means that we have to get a database or some kind access, because I don't have a database that we can access online or anything like that, at least not right now. Then data tables came up, and then we're like, okay, if you do a data table, then you need to load all the data in the data table, and that's not pretty good, because that means that you have to, every time you spawn this actor, it has to have all the information for all vessels and all components and all modules. And that's not a good idea. So to store that in memory every time you spawn this to look at the freaking ship. So the next step was, okay, let's see if we can get a data table for each of the actors, each of the modules. So we get 2 data tables, one for ships and one for modules. And we fill that with 2 slots. So we're gonna have the name of the module or ship and a data asset that we are setting as soft pointers, because then we can load it only when we need it. So that's where I ended up. So I have to basically redo my project a little bit. It's not that bad. Let's see, I'm just gonna block this guy, boom. And lock, thank you. Anyway, so I'm just scratching the surface of this project. So I'm trying to think in modules, so we can just do, whenever I expand this project, I can just build on top and just basically reuse the same code over and over again for each of the items I do. And that is the plan anyway. So that's why I'm sitting right now. I have one test ship, basically. I have my BP test tracked here, and I have one module. And if I can get those to work on all levels, then I can just build on that and just basically copy it out into how many modules I want, or how many components I want, how many, I reuse the same code. So that's the plan anyway. So we'll see where it goes. But I started out yesterday by populating some, let's see, where the fuck did I put it? Jesus, I got too much shit open here. Close all tabs. Item data. Let's get this a little bit smaller. Boom, boom, boom. We start from the top here. I got a module data row, so this is going to create a data table for a module. So you can have the module name, the module data asset. So that is the data asset we're going to create, and the slot type. So if it's a high slot, medium slot, or a low slot that it can access, get that, so we can instantly see that information. That is, it's just an enum, so, and it's an enum as a byte, so basically it's, I don't know if it's 8 bits, or if it's maybe it's not even that much. I actually don't know these things. These are not my strong suits. And then we have data row for the vehicle, and that's going to be a data table. And so we're going to have the vehicle name as a string, and then a soft object pointer for the vehicle data asset that we are going to create. Now, this is going to be some thinking, because I actually have no freaking idea what information I'm going to have in my module database data assets and my vehicle data asset. These are the ones I need to start thinking about how to fill out. Now, I have already been working a little bit with item data, and this is a item data that is not a module and not a vehicle. So it's basically a item in the world. In my case here, it is a container. So we get all the information. We press play here. Oh shit, I need to remove that one. That was my testing things I was playing around with yesterday. I'm gonna go to my level blueprint and just disconnect this thing here. Boom. And we can do that again. I go here, my little driving, and I have the information here, and that information that we get, all that information about this comes from that data table with the items. So I think I need to redo this as well at some point, and probably earlier than later, to get the information from the right place and have it all working the same way. that is the plan anyway. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna minimize that. Anyway, so that's the plan. So we're gonna stop that one. And I mean, it doesn't look like much at all. I'm just trying to code out how to do this in a modular way and not just cast everything in there. And I want to do it modularly, and I want to do it thinking about performance at all steps of my code. So I don't have to, later go back and like, Jesus, I'm putting all this information in, and it's like, oh yeah, sorry, but your freaking program here is running so freaking slow, so your computer is burning up, your CPU is crashing, and your graphic card is fucked up. I don't want that. And that's a problem I see with a lot of early access games, is that they seem to tend to throw everything into the game and go like, see if it tests if it works. Fuck about performance. Just I want to see something on the freaking screen. And to me, it's like nobody gives a fuck. It's the only one that access this is me. I don't have a team. I don't give a fuck. So I'd rather take a few extra hours and think about performance at this point, so I don't have to go back, because I hate going back and redo stuff. That's the worst thing I do. Coffee. All right, okay. Anyway, so that is where I get all that information, and I don't really like it, so I have to redo that. But what information do we have in right now in the vehicle that we want to know? So if I open up my test vehicle here, which is this one, this boy here. So right now, we got two properties that we need to get in, because these ships will always have these properties. And I got default health attributes, which is my health attributes, and actual storage is in there. And then I'm gonna have some fitting attributes that will take care of what will that take care of? Like when you fit something, it will have some cost. Every model will have a cost of some type, and those values. Also, it will take care of energy values. So when you firing off a weapon, it will take some kind of value, energy value, or any module that you run constantly has to take some kind of energy value every time it runs and gives you a buff or whatever. That is within the default ship attributes. So we need to have access to these through our ship vehicle database. That's the first thing. Also, I would like to see. This is probably the wrong way to do it though. I want the T subclass. It's a gameplay effect of the health attributes. We setting them. Is this the way we do it? I think it is. Let's see. Damn. Let's see. Oh shit! I'm probably gonna be set to public. I'll think about it. There we go. Oh. I think I got English on. Yeah. All right. So we set that to public, and that should be good. This is gonna be changed to edit anyway, right? Oh, I have that already, so we can just remove that. Oh, Jesus. Should we have read only? I don't know. I actually don't know if edit anywhere will overtake that. We'll see. Forward declaration, yes, thank you. All right. Anyway, every ship will have some data, right? So now, let's say we got the attributes set up. So every ship needs it needs some kind of image for the UI that's going to be in here. We're going to have a ship name. They're going to be in here. Well, stop that. I don't know if we will need all these things though. Oh, let's get that in here. We're gonna do an F name, and this vehicle, yeah, name called vehicle name. I'm calling it vehicle and not ship or anything like that because honestly, I'm going to start with ground vessels, mechs, and cars of some type. You know, dream is of course to be able to fly ships and shit, but that's code is, you know, wow. That is a code that I don't know when the hell I'm gonna get to, because that's, you know, the dream is to, you know, be able to fly into space and have, you know, this, what is it, six degrees of freedom or 5 or whatever. Start working with Oilers and stuff, and that's just wow. That's future. All right, so we got a vehicle name. We need to have a skeletal mesh as well. That's going to be a pointer, and we are not doing that. Let's see. Oh shit! Come on, T object pointer. Oh shit! I can't do that now because I got that there. Okay, T object pointer to a U skeletal mesh. Boom, and we call it vehicle mesh. Right? And that is probably not right. Oh, I need a U property stuff on it. Alright, and I also need a image, some kind of icon. This will be a soft pointer. Actually don't need to be a soft pointer because this is just one asset that need to be loaded in. It's not a billion of them. So we're gonna do what the hell are we gonna do? What are we gonna call it? We're gonna call it information, texture, image, vehicle image. I mean, this can be built out as we go. I just want to get some basic information. Texture 2D, is it called that? EU texture 2D, yeah, right. Probably gonna be, had to forward declare it though, right? No? Skeletal mesh? I don't know. Let's forward declare it. I think I have to forward declare both these guys. There we go. And there we go. What else? So we don't need really any attributes in here. We need slots, number of slots, because that's not going to be. So we're going to have 2 int32s, 3 int32s actually. I'm going to call this, let's see, int32 high slots. So we have the number of high slots that we can put in. We can also put in, let's see, mid slots, those slots, or slots, all right? And then we're gonna have a int32 because we might want to have high slots. What's it called? Hard points. Hard. Is it called hard points? No, it's not. Ah, fuck it. We can change that at some point. So basically, let's say you have high slots and you can put weapons in it, and the weapons in itself are updating the mesh that you're seeing. So every mesh is gonna have, like for example, my skeletal mesh here. We can look at that. Let's see, where the fuck did I put that? I think I put it in asset. This is just, you know, stuff that I put in for testing. It's nothing. Drone test crack. Yeah. So this is a skeletal mesh. Oh no, that's not what I did. Okay. Test car. What the fuck? Oh, test mesh. Skeletal mesh. What the fuck happened here? I have to look into this. This is the car 3 anyway. Anyway. I have to look at that. But this guy has 2 sockets, high slot bones, 2 of them. And then these are located in the position so I can attach a weapon mesh into it. And whenever that comes, and then if I want to do that, if I want to have like 2 slots for weapons, but I want to have another 2 slots for stuff that could go in the high slot or should go to the high slot, but it doesn't have a mesh, then I can have 2 high slots for weapons and then another slot for whatever you want to put in there. If you want to put in something that is a scanner, for example, you want to scan the surroundings. Let's say you want to use that for a high point, and you can have 2 weapons and a scanner, but you cannot have 3 weapons. Something like that. So you're gonna have a high slot hard point for that. All right. What else? So you got the name, I got the mesh, I got an image, high slots, hard points, min slots, low slots. We got the default health attributes. We got a address for default fitting attributes. I think that's it for now. Yeah. Save that. I mean, this can be updated whenever we add new things that we want to add there. And then when I have the for the module, the module, we're going to have a module name. So if we go in here and we just do public, copy that, and this is going to be a module name. Module name. All right. The module is going to have an image, and that is an image for the module. Let's see, it's going to have a attribute set. It's not what it's gonna have. It's gonna have a gameplay effect though. So anything we affect, let's see. So whenever we put the module in, we want a gameplay effect to take place that's gonna be lasting for the duration of this module. This is a defensive module, or not the defensive, what do you call it? This is going to be a passive module. This is the first thing I'm working with, is passive modules. Then you're going to have active modules, so you can have, you might running 2 gameplay effects all at once. That is affecting attributes and also whatever you want to do. We'll see. It's way later down the streets. Anyway, so we're gonna call this effect. Why is it all gray out? Why is it all gray out? Oh, there we go. Okay. Module module effect. Let's just call it. It doesn't really fucking matter, right? Does it? All right. So we have the image, we have the module name, the image, the gameplay effect. Let's just open up the module I did create for test purposes. So let's see, components, module, equipped items. Here we go. There we go. And did the cargo expander. This is local. This is local for this. Where's this? Apply, that's just functions. The slot type. Yeah, slot type could be something that we can put in there. It already have that though. So we have, but it doesn't matter. We could have it in both places, right? I already have it in the data table. But it could be good to have in here as well, I guess. Doesn't fucking hurt, does it? Oh shit, what am I doing? So let's copy this in. Low, medium, what the hell? There we go. So let's do that. It's gonna copy this whole thing, and I put this in vehicle. No, we probably need to put in some kind of enum for vehicle type as well. So this is going to be a int, what do you call it? Jesus Christ. As int, isn't it called as int? Enum as int. Byte, as byte. There we go. We have slot name. I'm going to call this slot type. Go. Bum 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 bum. And what are we doing here? Oh yeah. Remove that and then boom. All right. I also needed to. I wanted to have this in my other data asset. I think I want this to be a. Let's see, where is my item data? Did I put it in here or did I put? The question is, do we actually need it? Vehicle type. Vehicle. To be honest, I think that we need one more thing in this class here. I think we need a T subclass of, and so let's see here. We're gonna, in the future, I'm going to have some kind of display actor that need to update. It doesn't need a class, it needs the mesh, and it's just going to fill in the information. Doesn't need, because it's not creating an instance of the actual class. It's a class in itself that is just recreating the data within the class itself. That's basically what we're doing here. We're providing that data, so we don't need a class. Okay. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud here. Let's see. Let's see. It says that my chat is disabled. Let's see. Oh, I got it there anyway. I don't know. Okay. Where were I? Oh yeah, do I need a ship type here? That's the question, or a vehicle type. And I see I don't actually have a enum for that right now, so we'll wait a little bit here. Just interesting because I want to know. Let's see there about chat. All right, I need to update my stream information here. I want to have the chat on the screen just in case somebody says anything, and I don't have my YouTube chat here, so I'm gonna add that. I think I have the wrong address actually. There we go. Save changes. And there it is. All right, cool. Should I close that or minimize that? Minimize that. Not very big on. Sorry about that. I got some kind of message. I don't know if it was a spam message on YouTube. Doesn't matter. All right. So what the hell are we doing? Slot type, module effect, model. Okay, let's create these guys in Unreal Engine and see if we can start populating it according to the plan. So, and then we can look at how we're going to implement this, because I make it up as I go. I don't know. Oh shit! What the hell? Oh, I need to. I love errors because they tell me everything I'm doing wrong. So, game effect is a undeclared identifier. So we're gonna declare that here first of all, and boom. I was always so freaking scared. Oh shit! What am I doing? I was always so scared of these red lines, and I was like, I have no idea what to do. Or boom. Class, new game effect, enter. Thank you. But I learned to cope with them and understand that they are not, usually it looks much worse than it actually is. So and this is one of the most common errors I do, is this. Let's see, gameplay effect, we got that. We need the E slot name, so we need to include my class here. Include data. Go. So that is for the enum. So let's just do this little hammer up here. And no more bugs. And since I start working with download the symbols on Unreal Engine, so I can actually trace my crashes, it helps me so freaking much. It's just amazing. There are some warnings, some errors on the screen when I'm launching, but I know where it comes from, so it's, nothing gonna crash or anything like that, so I'm good. All right, so let's go back to my game here, and we're gonna go into blueprints, and we're gonna go into, where did I put that? So this is data assets, connection to modules, and I wonder if I should put a new, because we have in the characters, I need to keep organized, otherwise it's just running out of control for me. Let's put a data folder here. Go. And in here we can get a new folder called data assets. We have a folder called data tables. And I was also thinking about gameplay effects, how to not have to do a billion gameplay effects. and actually use, instead of for all vehicles, can use the same gameplay effect for when it's implementing things like health, and that is to, of course, use a data a table curve, a curve table, to store that. So we're gonna look into that as well. So a lot of clean up work, and try to optimize and make it easier to access today. So let's see. Let's start with the data table here. I'm gonna create a Let's see here. I'm just gonna take a look at my data tables in the item here. So module and vehicle data. So they are really pointing to the class types. That's awesome. That's exactly what I was thinking. So we're gonna go to miscellaneous. I'm gonna do a data table, and this will be a vehicle data row. Is it that what you call it? Really? Vehicle data row? Did I call it something stupid like that? That doesn't sound right. Module data row. I think I want to rename these guys. So I'm gonna just close this down. I don't like the name of it, so I'm gonna delete that guy. Delete it. And table. I think that is, I don't know, maybe it's a little picky here. Rerun that. All right. All right. Water. Then you need to wash it out with some coffee. You know, cleansing. All right, so we are in our data table. So I'm gonna go to miscellaneous data table. I'm gonna do a vehicle data table. Okay, and this is being calling vehicle. Oh, sure. DT underscore vehicle info. Vehicle info, and then we're gonna do another one. We're gonna call this data table module. There we go. Okay. Over DT underscore module info. And let's just add a row here. So there's where module data asset and what slot it is. And this is going to be our vehicle, so we can add a row, and this is just going to be a data asset and a vehicle name. So let's go into data assets, and we're going to get a let's see, miscellaneous data assets. So vehicle data asset, boom, like that, and this is going to be DA underscore test tracked vehicle. So here's all our information. We have it. So the tracked one. I gotta look at that. That is just makes no sense that I don't have save all there. Let's just create that one as well, so I have it. But to me, it makes no fucking sense where the hell my skeleton mesh one. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Data asset, and this is going to be a vehicle, right? No, this is going to be a module. data asset, select, and this is going to be called data asset low. What do I call it? I don't fucking remember. We're gonna call it. Oh, progress. Expander. I'm gonna do it. Oh shit. They're gonna share a name. When it comes to these things, I'm thinking I want 5 levels on them, so almost all of them needs to have different levels. How the hell would I do that? When I'm trying to think. So you produce, you want to have the same information. So you have, I don't want a data asset for each of the types, but maybe I actually do need that. Module effect can probably be the same. It's the image. The question is, do we need to do a T array of images? Because a level 1 should not have the same image as a level 5. They should have some kind of changes in their image. You can quickly see that it's not the same item. Let's just, because this is what I'm talking about when I'm looking for the modularity to be able to do quick changes and have the information very, very quickly for you to just grab and use. So let's just, I created a file here in Illustrator. So let's create a couple of variations of my image. It was this one. No, I fucked the wrong one. So is this actually the size that I did? Probably did. So we have this image. No, what the hell is this? This is PNG. That's not what I wanted. Oh, there we go. Jeez, I got a little scared there. So, for example, let's make these. I don't know. I'm gonna do all these. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Thank you. I'm gonna make those yellow. That's level 1, for example. So export as. Bring this down here. Level 1. Then, for example, take this one. I don't know which one. It doesn't freaking matter, but if you do that. Oh, shoot. Let's see. Not very, very good at this, but you know, I have basic knowledge in how to use this program. It's not really as I know this one. Let's see, green, and I use that one. I need to change the size of these things because 24 I think is good. Because if I use number 3 there as well. There we go. Export as. Level 2. Okay. That one. Green. See, I might have to change the spacing because I don't want to make them smaller. But I could lower the spacing though. 40. I think that's probably good. That's probably fine. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be very small anyway. Export as 3. Export. Yeah. And then we're gonna take the next one. It's this one. Change the color. What's the matter, Khaleesi? That dog won't come in here. Oh, she left. Level 4. Let's see. It's not. There we go. I'm gonna export this. Export as. Or then we can take the last one. Yes, do level 5. I don't know. We'll see. Green. Change this. V. Put in the center. Can make this a little bit bigger. 36. But let's see if we can. It looks horrible, but at least we have something to test around with. That's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. Level 5. Export. All right. I can do now. I can go in here. I'm going to go into game assets, images. I'm going to make a module images. Open up my that. All right, so we got that. So we're gonna grab these 5. Okay. Let's see. Asset action. We're gonna edit selection in proximity matrix, and we're gonna change 2 things. Change this from world to UI, and we're going to change the compression to, well, it actually is already user interface 2D. Awesome, awesome. So we can save all those, and that is done. Right. It's something is done. Maybe I should have done this other way around. So I have the center as yellow, and then I have one of the sticks as well. I don't know. We'll see. That's fine. At least it's something. Can be updated. Probably will be updated. Now, the question is here, if I save this, let's put, this is test track vehicle. So I'm just going to do the name is test track vehicle. And this is a Fargo expander. Question is if we want a level indication in here. No. The level is coming from inside the module. And that information is created when we create the module. So when we create the module and stick it into when we stick it into the container that holds it and we drag from that, then at that point it already knows what level it is, and therefore we cannot use an asset for that. It will use that level to calculate the module, the effect of the module that will come from a module effect, gameplay effect that we have here. And I have, is that the one I was playing around with? I think it was. Let's just take a look at that. Low slot testing, yeah, infinite, and it changed in storage size. It's adding to it. This needs to be a whole calculation itself. But we're gonna fix that. Also, we're gonna use a curve table, so we'll calculate it according to a curve table. In the curve table is where we're deciding at what level we're at, and that level will come from the modules itself. So that's okay. So we got a plan on that, so we don't need that information. I'm going to change this to low slot, and we're going to have an image. So the question is, I think I want to have an array of images here. I want to have all 5 of them, and then you can grab it depending on the level of the object. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to save this guy. I haven't really done any changes there, but I'm going to close this down, and we're going to shut down testing, and I want to go into my vehicle, my model data asset here, and this thing needs to be a T-array. I don't know how are we gonna do this. I don't really know, but I'm gonna try it. It's gonna be a T-array of view textures to D model images by level. I'm gonna run this guy here. Oh, I need a semicolon there. Don't? What did I do wrong? Need pointers on that. There we go. There we go. Yeah. And the question is, it's just 5 images and they're very small. So we can probably load all of them into memory, right? Don't want to have, it's a T-array, so whenever we're loading the T-array, we're loading everything in it anyway, so that's fine. So I can't slow load stuff in a T-array. Then I have to do another level It would just be a mess. No. It's going to do a module image by level, and we put all the arrays in there, an array of images. The problem with them is, of course, that level 1 will be at position 0 and level 5 will be at position 4. So that is something I have to think about when I'm addressing it at some point. Right. So what we got here, that is that. This is that. Okay. So I'm gonna have a level 1 cargo expander. We would not call it that. What the fuck? What do we call them? Jesus freaking Christ! I never remember stuff. My memory is like a goldfish. I remember everything for about 2 seconds. Storage expanders. Oh my god. Okay, storage. So, there we go. Boom. Boom. No. Oh. No. Okay, my control C didn't work. Alright, storage. Copy that. Okay, so there we go. Level 1. We're gonna have level 2. Level 3. Level 4. Level 5. Alright, cool. Alright, so we got that information now. Let's go over to this guy here. This is a small thing, so I'm gonna have 2 high slots. I'm gonna have 2 hard points. And then we're gonna have, I don't know, 4 and 3. Let's say that. Because I need something to play around with when I'm creating my drag and drop window. Default health attributes is gonna be test player attributes, container health. So we want to create a new game effect anyway, so we can, let's see if we can just reuse the one we had here. Game blueprints, characters. So we're using this test player attributes. Is this the one we're using? SF, I don't know which one we're using. Yeah, this is the storage size. To be honest, do we need to have one for each? This is something I don't really know. I don't. Ship fitting, that was what SF means. Ship fitting. It's a ship fitting attributes. They don't need to be in a separate file though, because it's an initialization. It can be in the same file. Could have like for all ships. Because it could be in the same, right? I mean, technically I could just add, let's see. That's number 7. Let's see if I can, if I add one more, number 8 here. I'm gonna set this to, here we go. We got the ship fitting attributes for power grid. And right now we just put add, and we're going to put it at 50. I mean, there's no point for me to have 2. Ship fitting what did I do? Power grid, energy, and no, this is going to be override. Not add, sorry, override. This is the starting thing. Just putting in some number, it doesn't fucking matter. And data transfer, override, and now we can use the curve table to control that. So I think we only actually need one. We don't need one for each of the attribute sets, because all game effects can access all attributes in all attribute sets. They don't really care at all. Yeah, right. So what I'm going to do here is change the name of this to ship fitting at ship startup. And it's just going to be the absolute first thing that's running. Startup. This will be the absolute first thing that is ran. So I'm going to do ship startup attributes. I'm going to add that into, compile that, save that. There we go. Startup attributes. We can remove the other one, so let's do that straight away. So we can remove the default attributes because it doesn't really matter. We can have one gameplay effect, at least for the default attribute values. This is usually my process, is to, add things I think, and then I go back and I'm like, yeah, we don't really fucking need this, and then I go back and forth and trying to figure out, instead of just running it in through and just add everything and be like, yeah, we'll leave it at that. All right, so this is my new gameplay effect that will be on ship upstarts. So this one can be moved now to a change. Let's see, we need to have a new folder, gameplay effects, and in here we can add something called ship game vehicle gameplay. There we go. Awesome. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. All right, so we're gonna go into my blueprints, characters, gameplay effects. I'm gonna move this one to this one. Move there. Okay. Now we can actually delete this. No, we cannot delete it just yet because I think I actually use it somewhere. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Anyway, so I'm gonna have that, and that is good. Now I'm gonna check out what the hell happened with my vehicle mesh. So our blueprint class. This is my gameplay test, and this is my skeleton. Oh, Hey, is this the friggin' thing I'm using? Why doesn't it have a... What the hell happened with this one? It doesn't have a skeleton. Anyway, I thought I was playing around with this. Yeah, it's fine there. High slot 1, high slot 2, left and right. Alright, so what I wanted to do was creating sockets here. Alright, let's just take a look at this. I don't know what the hell. And this is where I need to come with a consensus what to call them. I think name them after numbers is better than saying that it's the right one and left one and whatnot, because you can have vehicles that doesn't have like they don't have left and right, they have them on a row or something like that on the side or whatever you do. All right, so we're gonna rename this to high slot socket 1. And we're gonna have this one gonna have a socket. We're gonna have a 2. And of course we need to update this one because apparently this one has 3 sockets. So 3 hard points. So let's see. I'm going into my test track and we're gonna change this to 4 and 3 because we have 3 hard points. So yeah, whatever. And then we're gonna do my test track. Test mesh. The hell? This is the one. This is a skeleton mesh, right? Jesus Christ. Test mesh car 3. That's the one? Alright. No, that's not it. That's the one. That's the one I want here. Alright, cool. I don't have an image on it though, but that's fine. I don't really need one right now. I can use container without the number just to have do the one without the number just to have something to show up whenever I need to test it out. All right, so let's go into the data table, and this is going to be a test track vehicle. Vehicle, how do you spell? There we go. And it's going to be the test tracked vehicle. I'm going to save that, and we're going to do the same in a module, and this will be a low slot. Storage expander. And we're gonna have a storage expander data asset, and we're gonna set this to low slot. Awesome. So that's it. Save all. Done some changes here. All right. So how the hell are we gonna access all these things? First of all, I need to clean up my code a little bit here. I'm gonna go into my low cargo expander. There we go. Because we have that's not the one we want to go to. We go to the tracked vehicle. There we go. Because we have two here and we only need one now. So we're gonna do default ship fitting attributes. So we're gonna rename this to default ship fitting or startup. What the hell do we call it? Vehicle. Ah, that's what we call it. All right, that's fine. Now that I changed that, I probably need to go in here. Test default ship fitting attributes. Default ship fitting attributes. Are we doing it at level 1? It's fine. Don't need to initialize the default health attributes because that is taken care of. The other one, so now we can remove this. We are adding that from, do not need this. Right. Should be fine. Don't think I need this actually. No, that probably came when I was testing around with a couple of things. This code need to change at some point, but that's whenever we are doing our drag and drop functionality. But I hope I'm going to start with today. It says the menu image screen. All right, here we are. So we need to go into our test call, game blueprints, data, blah, 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 characters. This one, and we want to change it into there we go. It's not the SF we want to do. We want to ship startup attributes, and therefore we can actually remove the other gameplay effect now and delete that. We're not using it there. We can remove that, Just clean stuff up, keep it organized, keep it mentally sane. All right, so now everything should still work. We still have access to everything. And number 2, I don't have any data for my values, but that's fine. At least it didn't crash. So I don't know. Every time I go in here, I wanna play around a little bit with this. I don't know why. have some kind of movement on the fucking thing. Yeah. Ooh. All right. Target it. Look at it, and we're gonna remove that, and we're gonna untarget, and we're gonna shut down. All right. I don't know. Looking at code all the time, and then you just want to see something happening, even though you do a lot of other things that doesn't matter. All right. So what the hell are we next to do? What's the next thing? So, hold on. There's so many things I need to do to make this okay. Let's see, that is changed, so that is fine. So now we got our data assets, we got our data table. Let's see, let's go into our slot manager here. Let's see. So this is the thing that will control our slots. Whenever we drag something in, what's going to happen with it, how many slots are we going to have, and so on and so forth. This number here is a number that's going to be updated by our data asset, for example, how many slots we have. Let's see, let's take a look at how we initialize this. Hold on. There was something else I was thinking about doing. I don't know where to start. That's the thing. We were going to create a data curve table to control some values that was going to be set in our gameplay effect that controls the startup attributes for each ship type or each vehicle type, I should say. So I'm gonna go in here to data and gameplay effect. I'm gonna create a new folder called curve. Wait a minute, maybe we should delete that. We're gonna keep it in here. New folder. Ship startup. Keep saying ship. Vehicle startup. Curve table. If we need more than one, I don't think so. I think one should be fine, but so we're gonna create this miscellaneous, and we're gonna go into curve table. There we go, and we're gonna do a cubic curve table, I think, or is it linear? No, cubic is probably fine. Create that, and we're gonna call this ship vehicle startup attribute table. I hate naming. I never know what the names should. I'm gonna start it off, of course, with a CT as a curve table. So here we're gonna have a value, so we're gonna have a lot of curves. So each curve will represent a value of a ship. So for example, here we're gonna start up from the top. Rename curve, and we're gonna start with shield, and we're gonna have the next one rename curl, and this will be max shield. And I can't even correctly name stuff. Max shield, and then we're gonna have right click name, and we're gonna have armor. I'm gonna have max armor, And then we're going to have core. And we're going to have max core. I'm going to have storage. I don't know if we ever need a max storage though, that it can't go over. I don't think so. So we're going to leave that. And we're going to have, Jesus, I need to get my ship, or my code here and drag it down here because I don't remember what the hell I named all of them. It's just crazy. So I'm going to check my data, public ability system and attribute sets and ship fitting attributes. There we go. The next thing is called power grid. Add a curve, come on. Oh, Jesus, was too close. Rename this, and we're gonna call this energy. This is the energy level. Jesus fucking Christ. Energy. And now we're gonna have the next one, and this we'll call this data transfer. So that's are the curves and attributes we're starting out with. And I don't know. We're just gonna put in a key here for shield. So the first value will be the ship identity number. So 1.0. So it's a float, so we're gonna keep an eye on that. So each ship needs to have an ID number. And I think the good thing is to have it as the same number as the row in your data attributes, data table. We can open these up, we can close that one, we don't need that, we don't need that one. Don't need that one, we don't need that one, we can close that one. We can close this one. So this is a new row tracked vehicle. So this was what I talked about. I wonder if it should keep the same number as the number in here. Row name doesn't really matter, I think. Search by name. Maybe it does. Maybe I should have that just for the hell of it. Copy that. I don't think it matters, but I'm gonna rename it anyway. Rename and then just put that in there. In case it will be easier for me to see. But the value is gonna be the same as the row value there. So 1 for the first ship here, or worst vehicle. And then we're gonna have a shield value. So let's say 400. And then max free shield will be add key 1 and 400. Because that's going to be the max value. Then armor key. I wonder if there's a button for that. 1 and I don't know. Just get some numbers in here right now. Is there a key or something like that? Add key 1 and 300. Core. Add key 1 and 250. Max core key 1 and 250. Storage. Add key 1 and 50. Power grid. Key and 25. Energy. I keep on wanting to right click on the name. I'm not supposed to. 1 and 100. Should probably create a max energy though. I think I need a max energy. We can change the max energy. We can change the max storage. We should have max on all these as well while I'm thinking about it. I should create a max for all of them: storage, power grid, energy, and data transfer, because we can use that information, because these will be changing. Storage is 75, but instead of having storage is 75 and then you add something, you lower that, so all of a sudden you don't know how much is left of the 70, so you need to have max storage as well, and then you subtract the storage and you keep the max storage value as a control key, and then you can increase or decrease the max storage value. So I actually think I need to increase the max storage value rather than the storage, because the storage is supposed to be 0 if nothing is in there, right? If it's empty, it's 0, but the max storage is 250. So all of a sudden you have 250 storage. Yeah, so we need to go in and update that. So we're gonna do that straight away, because I like to do things straight away when I'm thinking about it. And the problem is I could have like a million things I need to do, and then also nothing get done because I'm running around and I'm trying to update stuff. But that's my process. You might have a different process. So we're gonna go into our attribute set, and this is on ship fitting attributes. This is actually the class we want. So we want to add all these need to have a new value, and it's going to be a max value. So let's just, I haven't implemented this in any shape or form, but at least I'm going to do it. Let's see, max power grid. Let's see, max, change that to max, add that there, and add that there. And max power grid. So change this, boom. Boom. And we're gonna change this to old max power grid. And we're gonna name this to max power grid. And we are going to, well, we'll implement it in a little bit. Copy these. Max energy. Max. Okay. So. Dun, 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 dun. Copy pasting, because it's so freaking funny. So that's the energy, and then we have data transfer. I don't think my dog will want to come in here now. There we go, and there we go. Yep. All right. Copy this. Or maybe we should copy these things and just change it to max. Max data transfer. Max energy. There we go. And we're going to change this to max. And we're going to change this to max. All right. Can I do this? Is that possible? No. Control? Nope. All right. Okay. I have to do it one at a time. And 3. Boom. Define that. That's that, right? So let's go and pop this guy. And max data transfer. All right. Copy this. Bum, 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 bum. Changing my stance because I start to. I have a tendency to not sit properly. There we go, and there we go, and there we go. So those are done. Get the replication done as well. I'm just gonna add the word max on these guys. Max. And max. Nice. Now I need to create 3 tags for them to connect those guys to my attributes. Really, I know this is something I do because I learned to do it. Don't really know when to implement it just yet, but well, we'll get it done. Jesus, I got too much shit open now. Close these guys down. Probably, let's see, demolish. Yeah, I got too much shit open right now. There we go. Let's see, where the hell did I put my general folder? My tag system. Do that. Copy these guys. I actually need to do one more. I need to do it for storage as well. Max and max. There we go. Let's get that there. I'm gonna do max. Max. And shit. Max. There we go. Cool. So I need to go in and let's see, is everything done here? Got these guys. I don't have the code to change them, but we'll work on that later. So I need to go into my health attribute set as well. Attribute set. This one. Nice. So I need to change that. So I have 2 attribute sets so far, just to make sure that I separate things out. I don't want to be having these attribute sets that's pages and pages of just code. I want to be able to really go in and say that it's in there and it's, I have it under control. I'm so afraid to have code running away from me and functions coming on my asses from everywhere. I'd rather have this. There we go. Right. Boom. Go, and I'm gonna change this guy. Change that to, no, there's gonna be old max storage, and this will be max storage. Right there. I'm gonna go up here, and here is the functions for this class. So I have to start looking at it because I think I have to update max storage rather than storage when I'm updating my storage low slot attribute. But yeah, and we're gonna do this one as well. Max storage is the one we want, and we create a new tag for that. Go back to our tag list. They're probably closed. But if I can do that, yeah. Idiot. That's okay. I'm gonna do that. Here's the shield. I don't know about all these attributes though. We'll see. Storage. There. Boom. Max. Thank you. And that is probably it. Let's just double check my health attributes here and just make sure that that one is error free. I'm gonna shut this down. Just gonna make sure that everything is saved now. Saved, and shut that down, and recompile. So now you need curves. So basically the storage, whenever we launch a new, create a new vehicle from scratch, we're setting the storage to 0, and then we're setting the max storage, and then if we are launching a vehicle that is already, we're loading it instead, then we can add information in and calculate the storage based on what's in the storage, rather than when we do the initial thingy. Let's see. So now we're gonna need some more curves. So let's see here. Max didn't really go in order anymore. Okay, interesting. Oh yeah, it is. Max shield. Why is my shield down here? Oh, it doesn't fucking matter, does it? Alright, so we're gonna have rename this to max power grid. So what did we do with this one? Let's see, I don't, oh Jesus. Zoom to fit. So this is power grid, that is at 25. So let's say the max power grid is 25 as well then. Add a key, so level 1 is 25. That is going to be max power, so that is it there. Then we take a new curve and create a max energy, and energy is set to 100, so set the max energy to 100 as well, just to have something 100. We add another curve, and this will be renamed to max beta transfer. And data transfer right now is nothing, I guess. I guess not. I'm going to add a key. We're going to set to 1 and 50. Just put numbers in there right now. That doesn't really matter. Add 1 and 50 for max. Right, so that's that. And then we need something with storage here. Right now, this is set to 1 and 50. This needs to be changed to 0. And because we're not going to have anything in the storage, so we're going to take a new curve and we're going to rename this to max storage. I'm gonna set this to key 1 and 50. So now we have a max storage of 50. All right, so let's go back to chip setup. And we're gonna go from the top here. I'm gonna change these guys. So right now, modifiers. The first one is attributes of shield. So we're gonna change this to 1. Hey, Coltrane. Hey, buddy. Hi. Did you open the door and came in here? Yeah, yeah. You are so. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that it? Yeah. Mm. You want some cuddles? You just want some cuddles? You just want some cuddles? Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm working. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to work. Trying to work. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Come on. Yeah. Can I work? Is that okay? Is that okay, Coltrane? Yes, want some color. Beth? Tyst. Okay. Could you give him a kibble treat? Beth? Can you give him a kibble treat? Yeah. Yeah, so he can run downstairs. Go, go. All right. So what the hell did we? CT vehicle startup is where we want it, and so we're gonna have the shield attributes here. So shield. So we have the value of 400. Well, this is the only value we have because we only have one ship. And when we are adding this attribute, we're going to tell it where on the table we're going to look. So yeah, so we're going to start with that one. It's going to take a little bit. So the max shield will be a 1 at the curve table here, and we're going to do max shield. So of course you can add this. So if you take 2 here, you're going to calculate that to 800 instead of 400. So you take that number times, you know, whatever is in the curve table. So if you take 8 here, so you can adjust that in codes as well. Anyway, hi Mohammed, how you doing, man? All right, so we're gonna set the. Jesus, what are we doing here? I don't want it. I don't want it. So we're gonna override armor, and we're gonna change this to 1. I'm just working through a project, taking step by step, trying to learn stuff on the way. Right now, I'm setting attributes for the gas system. So I'm setting attributes in for a vehicle, the startup attributes for the vehicle. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm taking my startup attribute list here, and I'm going to check the armor list from a curve table. So that's it. So yeah, this is learning by doing, so it's nothing that, you know I've gone through some of these things in tutorials and stuff myself, so I'm trying to do this and, revisit my knowledge. Yeah, game ability system. Yep, that's exactly it. So let's see, what are we doing here? We're doing max armor. So yeah, I'm setting everything up for my own project and trying to, you know, everybody has the game of their dreams, and that's where I'm trying to, you know, go through and see exactly how this would work, and then we'll see how far it gets before I find out that I'm way over my head and will never pull it off. Let's see. So that was the core. So I'm gonna do the max core next, and so I changed it to 1. I'm gonna change this one to what did I say? Max core. My memory is really bad and getting worse and worse by the years, I guess. Okay, regeneration shield. I haven't done anything with that. Maybe I should add that. Well, we'll wait a little bit with that. You know, that's basically how fast your shield would regenerate if it get damaged. And yeah, so much to do. So much to do. Anyway, my storage size, of course, is going to be set by my calculation. I'm going to set it to 1. The storage. So this will be result to a 0. It's just to set the first initial value, of course. So I don't. Should I change this and just take it by the order I really need it? So what I'm going to do here is we're going to set this to max storage size and change that to 1 and boom. Max storage. Oh, right. That needs to be set to 1, not 10. Right, and then we have, well, let's see. What did I say? Let's do the power grid next. We set that to 1. Power grid and 125. I'm going to set this to max power grid. 1 and max power grid. Right. Cool. So we need to add. So I'm going to have the energy. Max power grid, energy, and data transfer is the 2 last things I need to add right now. Jesus. These things. Wish I could do this in C++. Sometimes it's just so unwieldy, everything. Probably can do it in C++, I just don't know how to. Alright, so we're gonna say energy, override, do modifiers 1 to the curve table, energy, thank you. The next one is going to be max energy. Max energy, override, modifier 1. Hey, Head Bob. Now it's just me setting up a gas system, taking it step by step, trying to learn as I go. I mean, I've done the, you know, training to learn the system, but it's so freaking big with gas systems, and I'm just trying to go through it and, you know, try to build up something I like to do myself. What am I doing? Max energy. So right now I'm setting up the initial attributes for a character and trying to build it up in modules so I can just, what the hell is max energy? There we go. I want to set it up as modules so I can just reuse everything I code. So yeah, so I'm taking it step by step. So right now I'm setting it up with a curve table, all the attributes. I can just go into, whenever I create a new vehicle, I can just add the information I need, and the code should work. It will, do whatever I need it to do. Let's see, so that was that. I'm going to set data transfer. That's the next thing. I need to set, change this to 1, and so it's not like I know what the hell I'm doing, especially, uncommon to situation on sit there. I have no idea what to do here. And then it comes down to I have to, did I say data transfer? Yeah. I have to sit there and just calculate and look for information and, using the sources we have to our advantage nowadays. So ChatGPT is probably one of the big things I go to try to investigate how to do certain things. And then I've, gone and done tutorials. So I have old code so I can look at that. All right, override, and we're gonna do a 1 there, and we're gonna do a curve table and max data transfer. Jesus, there we go. And yeah, that is my gameplay effect that will add all the information I need to start out with. And to check that, we could just go and add a log temp to see. Let's see, that's that. Ship fitting attribute set. Where the hell are we? Need to close all these for now. Characters, vehicles, tracked vehicle, test tracked vehicle. Let's see, that is not it, that is not it. And initial attributes at level 1. So we're gonna add something that actually gonna keep track of it. So we're gonna call this vehicle ID or something like that. So input 2 vehicle ID, vehicle ID. I don't know why that word is so freaking hard for me to type out for some reason. Sorry. What am I doing? Could probably hard code this, but I don't know. I'm looking down the line. Vehicle ID is probably going to put something higher up than just set up somehow. Here we go. I'm going to do vehicle ID. So now we are initializing it, and then we're going to do a for loop to go through and print out each of my attributes. For loop for each. Here we go. I think I remember to do a for loop. I know how to do a for loop, it's not that. I need to check the code for getting all the attributes from the ESC. See, I have my attribute set. I got my ability. Where's my vehicle? My character base vehicle. I have my that one is the one I want. Let's see. Unreal Engine system values. I want to print out all the values of the attributes that I currently have on my ASC. Let's see. Let's see. So we're gonna have. Do I have my attributes set? I mean, alpha attributes. Let's see. Given component. Okay. Get set. Get set. And I have 2 attribute sets, so I probably need to do both of them. Let's see. Get this ship fitting attribute set. So let's see. Abilities attribute set. There we go. Ship fitting attribute set. This is the class I need to have. Ship. Do I not need? No. Include ability system attribute set. There we go. Boom. That is going to be that. And cannot initialize ship and local variation. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, Jesus. What it cons? Oh, there we go. Jesus. Okay. If like I said, I'm not a pro at it. I'm just trying to learn. UE log. Warning. So should be able to do it for each here, but okay. Let's just for So yeah, that. No, because it's not on this one. It's on the other one. All right. So I just want to see that I get something out of this. That's the most important thing, is to see that it works. My God. I don't know. That's something I think I had hardest time to grasp. You know, how we access all the attributes, and it's in the ASC, and how we actually grab that information and pull it forward. That's I think has been the hardest part of this for me to get into my brain. But that's why I'm trying to do this, to take it step by step. And I realize things every day I'm working with this, to see that actually is working. Yeah, energy level. So it is definitely working. This is from a container, so that's nothing. But this yellow stuff is what I'm doing. So my container I got over here. So we can target it. We can get information from it. We can look at attributes that is located on that. We can drag and drop, and all this good small things that I've been. This is probably the thing I've worked most on to get this to work. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing. All right, so now our car, whatever, has some kind of values in it. Right there, I got some, leftover collection of values, a little here and a little there. So maybe we should clean that up a little bit. Start to get a little bit too much. First of all, I can remove this, because now we at least know that we got that value in correctly. 100 was the value we had. So that means that it can grab the ID of the vehicle and take that from the curve table and implement that value through the gameplay effect into the character. So that's all we got there checked out. So that works. Good. Can remove these guys now. I don't need those. Let's just go into my components, because next thing I need to start working on is implementing some kind of menu that will handle the drag and drop for me when we're refitting our vehicle in a station or whatnot. So that is what I'm going to start working on, and so that will include widgets and stuff like that. So we're going to start creating a overlay widget. We have an overlay widget, but I need to create a specific overlay widget that will come up in certain situations, and this widget will control everything to do with interactions of our character. So when we drag in things, you need to have a drop zone for high slots, mid slots, low slots. You need to be able to show us the different levels further down the line, attributes for lowering impact of damage, for example. So we need to be able to see that on the screen as well. So yeah, it is what it is. It's a process. I'm not gonna say it's easy. I'm struggling with it, but yeah, I'll take it step by step and see what we get. So what we need to create is another UI element here. So I'm gonna go into my C++ classes, public UI, and we need first of all, a widget, right? Let's take a look at my overlay widget here. This is something I can reuse or whatnot. UI. Here we go. Jesus. Start getting a little bit too many files. Let's close down this. Close all tabs. Target container widget class. No, so this is not something I have to restart with a new, let's see, Galaxy Dawn user widget. I'm going to create a class deriving from this. Come on. And this is going to be called vehicle. Oh shit. Vehicle fitting control overlay. I really hate naming stuff because I can never come up with any good names. So why do I create a widget from my based on user widgets? Because I'm working with a system where you have the controller, the control. So widgets are basically just going to present the data for you while the controller is running all the functions. So my base user widget has a couple of functions in it. Let's see here if I go into my user widget. So it keeps a widget controller, and so you have a couple of functions that runs whenever you set the widget. It runs two functions that we can call and do something with it. My lower functions, you know, in my hierarchical lower widgets can run these functions. So whenever we create a widget, we set the widget controller. Whenever the widget controller is set, we can run things that comes from the widget controller. So we know that the widget controller has been set. So everything is going to be run through this. So this is the this is the overlay that we will contain all the data, all the little nitty bits that we will need to have to be able to pull this off. And so I'm just creating it. I'm not going to add anything in this right now because we're going to bind a lot of widgets into this in different ways. And so we can have access to that information that those widgets can present. But we're not going to do that now because I just want to I want to create this overlay, and then we start building it up. And then in a second thing, when I'm ready to go, I'm taking the widget that we have created, and I basically update this one so that it binds after and not before. Because some people, they create bind, okay, I need this, that, and then they put a list in here, and then they create those things inside the widgets and bind them up. Me, I do the reverse thing. I create the, I create the base class, and then I create the widget on that base class. I fill the widget out with everything I need, and then when I'm done with that, I'll bind it up, and I use the controller to control this widget. So A lot if I can talk a little action. Anyway, so that's what I'm trying to do. So we're gonna go and restart our Unreal Engine program. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So now I'm gonna go into UI menu. Oh shit, this is wrong. Game blueprints. Here we go. UI. Fitting menu, maybe. I'm going to create a user widget. We're going to use our fitting vehicle fitting central overlay. There we go. WBP underscore fitting menu. I have no idea how to do this right now, to be honest. Well, we're going to do a canvas anyway, because I know we're going to have a full widget, and I'm gonna have some boxes in here. So I want my low slot down here, I want my mid slots here, and I want my high slots on top. So we're gonna do some 2 horizontal boxes. I mean, I'm just trying to, this will be filled out totally dynamically. No, shit, that's a horizontal box, that's wrong. Can't have that, I'm gonna have a vertical box. Vertical box. Don't know. Right now I'm just trying to, formulate ideas in my brain rather than exactly what it's gonna look like. That's smaller. So the idea is to, let's say you stand in a station, right? And so I want to have my vehicle here. And my slot, my high slot, mid slot, and low slots here. I want some kind of horizontal box with that we can grab things from. So list somehow here. Should we do it like this? So it's basically a inventory system here. And then I want some slots. With information here. I don't know. that. Copy and paste. No, didn't. That's fine. This is where I'm coming down to, just sitting and looking, okay? So that's my basic idea in a way. To have this populated by high slots, this is by mid slots, and this is low slots. So it's boxes in here. So for example, this high slot would have like a horizontal. Oh, that's gonna take boxes here to illustrate this somehow for myself. 2, 3, nope, put that up there. I'm gonna do center, fill. Let's do an image in this. Come on. Image. Do that there, one. And that image going to be, I don't know. Let's do 64. No, 256. 6, that's too big. 8, 2, 8. Right. Remove that. Copy that. Let's say I have 5. 1, 2. Yeah, it's not 3. 4, 5. So you have 5 slots. How many can you have? 6. I think that is probably good. Just gonna see if we can. There we go. That's the size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. High. I think the images are too big. 64 by 64 is probably small. Maybe not. Yeah, that is too small. I don't know, 72 by 72. All of a sudden you're like, okay, should I do just 96 by 96 then? Let's just do this. Copy. Paste. Paste. Just trying to get my ideas in order and try to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Paste. So basically I should be able to have 2 more, I think. That's the maximum 8. Can have 8. That's the maximum. And copy this one and paste that on that one. 2. All right, so we need to set that to auto. No. What do I have on this one? Not that one. see, that one's gonna go up there. There we go. Fill and center is what I had on those. Fill and center. There we go. Fill and center. What the hell did I do? 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Three, 6, 7. Pick one more. It works, right? And then we're gonna take not that one, not this one, not that one. Want this to be, let's see, that one works. And then we're gonna take the vertical box here. Do the same thing here. Pop those in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. All right, so that clearly won't work. Let's see. That one, and that one. Can do is this. Vertical. Go all the way down maybe. And then I can have an image here or something to do some kind of action up here. I think that is good. I think I can pull this together a little bit. It's not as like that. That's the maximum that we can have, but this will automatically pop later, of course, dynamically. So that means, oh my god, I have a dog here. Hey guys, hi. You okay? What you guys doing? Have you been outside and playing? You just want some cuddle? Oh yeah. What? Yeah. I don't know. That it's going from the center, or should it go from the right, or? But you got some cuddles on there. You want some cuddle too? Yeah. Okay. Can I continue working now? Why don't you do like sister and go lay down? Thank you. All right. What was I doing here? Anyway, so in here, gonna have we're gonna have, oh, not this one, this one. We're gonna have a scroll box with, we're gonna have a window on this side. So you're gonna have, this is a horizontal box, that's perfect. So I'm gonna have first a vertical box, vertical box, and then we're gonna have a scroll box, I think, on this side. So let's see. That's fine. Fill. Jesus, what do I do now? Fill and fill. But it's not going to be fill. This is going to be, let's say, oh, wait a minute. Do I want this to be resizable? Then we need a size box, right? I want this to be resizable so we can drag it left and right. For example, if you're gonna have different containers here, you can look into in the storage unit. You got different containers, and sometimes you get longer names on them. You want to drag it out, so you're gonna have like a handle here that you can drag out and minimize. So we're gonna change the fill to different levels. So we need to put, we don't want the whole thing to be like that. We just want these two windows. We're gonna have size boxes here. I think one there and one more. We get the size box, we get the vertical box, and we got the, let's see, we get the scroll box going into this one. Let's see if I can do anything with this. And I want this to be, I don't know, width override. I don't want to change the height. I just want to change the width. And to be honest, we should probably have a scroll box in there as well. I'm thinking about it. In there, because I don't know, people want to have 500 different containers. We should be able to scroll through them. Let's see. So if this is changed, this is fill. Nope. This is fill. This is auto, I think. Let's see. Set that to auto. I just want to say, where? I don't know actually. Yeah, here we go. So there's that size. You get a maximum value on that. For example, like this could be the max, 490. Max is 490. And the min is maybe like so. It's 100. Min desired width is 100. So yeah, taking you can with these numbers you can overdo it, but then you can say that if it's higher or lower than the min, then it's supposed to be like that. And that means that if I set this one to fill, let's see here what happens if I change the scroll box of that one Let's add a image just to see what the hell is happening here. Scroll box. We're gonna set that image to fill. So if I change my size box here, then yeah, this is exactly what we want, right? So then we have two scroll boxes that will update if we, we will be able to drag the side there. That's awesome. Okay, so this will be like containers that you can look into, and this will be a list of items that you should be able to grab, drag, and place wherever you're supposed to. Right, that's that. So that's cool. Then we have this one. This will be like information. This is an information box. So we can just call this information box. Let's name it now so we have something. Size box. This will be storage displayed or storage size box, and this will be item size box, right? And this will be item scroll box. Don't think that this is supposed to be in here. This should supposed to be in the widget that we want to place in here. But is it truly something we need a separate widget for? Because it comes down to how we want to control this. Usually what I do at a situation like this is I place these out, and then I get a new widget with its own widget controller, so we can, separate out. Otherwise, the risk is that if we have all the information in here in this file is going to be so fucking bloated that it's unwieldy to work with. So yeah, I think that we need to we have the item scroll box, and then we'll populate that with a item scroll widget, and same thing with the storage scroll box. So this is a storage scroll box. All right. All right. Okay, be right back. Gotta go and deal with a couple of things here. All right. To deal with the little boy saying sometimes. Right. So what do we have here? So whenever we drag something into our drop zones, it will update our attributes depending on, it will update our attributes, it will update our abilities depending on whatever we drop in there, of course. So we will have a information window, and don't know exactly how to build that up yet. I'm gonna have like 4. You know, we're gonna have defense, offense, and then we have one quarter is about fitting. You know, if the fitting is not correctly done, or if we can't fit what we want to put in there and we don't have the data transfer or whatever doesn't work, so we need to have one windows like that, with that information. And we could have a window what would the loss be? Let's see. Let's do what is this? This is a information box. Is that it? Let's see. Oh, this is the information box, and that is a horizontal box. Well, if we take 2 verticals boxes into that information box, let's see, dunk, and we stitch those, fill and fill, and those will have, each one will have a horizontal. Each of these will have 2 horizontal boxes, and these boxes are the boxes that we want to pass some kind of information into. Okay. So if I do that one, auto, fill, fill. I want to do this auto, fill, 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 and fill. All right. So now we have 4 quadrants, and I wonder if we want to be able to drag these up and down, left and right, if we have information in there that we want to be able to see better. So I probably want, yeah, how the fuck do we do this? Because it's gonna be 2. Jesus. Wait a minute. Or do we just want to individually? Maybe I'm thinking about that just because it's probably easier to do that. I can drag this up and down, I can drag this up and down, this back and forth, and this back and forth. Or these 2, let's say I want to drag these 2, I can drag those up and down, but I won't be able to drag that. Or I can just do freaking functions that do that calculation behind the scenes, and because that means that every of these horizontal boxes should be a size box instead, or you know, everything's supposed to be a size box. So that vertical box should be a size box, because then we can drag left and right. Same thing with that. However, then this should be in the size box, and this one should be a size box, so I can drag this up and down, and those numbers should correspond with the size boxes on these. I guess that would work. And vertically, no, horizontally, it will solve itself by having these two, because they will automatically resize. And up and down, they just need to programmatically be connected to have the same value. So yeah, right. Jesus. So I think that is how I'm gonna do this. So this one, wrap with a size box, boom. And this one will be wrapped with a size box. Wrap with size box, stack box, size box. And this will be wrapped with a size box. This one will be wrapped with a size box. Boom. Same thing here. Size box and size box. Boom. All right. That's a lot of size boxes. So that's information box, and then we'd say information left size box and information right size box. And I'm going to open this, and this one is my vertical box, and inside this I'll do information upper left size box, and this is going to be information lower left side box. All right. So let's see. Vertical box. Don't know if I need control this. I don't think so. So we don't need to give it a name. So this is information right size box. Okay. Information right size box. Existing. Oh. Where the fuck do we have that? Is this so item? No. What the hell? Information left size box, information upper left and lower left. Storage scroll box, horizontal scroll box, size box storage, item. What the fuck do you name that? Now I'm getting confused. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter if I use it in other widgets, right? Oh, wait a minute. Information right size box. What the fuck? Size box. Oh. I don't know. Information right upper size box. And I'm gonna have information right lower size box. So I need these named because I'm gonna bind to them inside my widget at some point. When I bind it to the widget, I need the name to be individual so I can access them, so I can control the size of them. All right. However, they are all stop happening on Facebook. I don't know. So I want this probably to have the size, exact size. I don't think I want it to be resized in any type of form. No, I want it to be the same. So let's say that it's going to be 975 by 150. So that means that I want this one 975 by 150. That means I want to, let's see. No, 950. Jeez, what the fuck am I doing? Want to be, there we go. If I anchor this down to bottom center, should I anchor it to bottom left? Because the problem is I have this one. I want this to be at 0. Okay. That is 1 up. Perfect. I want this to be anchored to top left. I want the position Y. 0. No? 0? Okay, that's that. Okay, so, Jesus. There we go. So, mine 1100. This is where I'm always, because the problem is that screens are different sized, and I don't want them to, if you have a smaller screen, to cramp. I want it to be fixed somehow. So the question here, I need these things to be in some kind of size box. You're gonna resize the widgets, you're gonna resize everything. So I'm gonna have this placed like this, and then because everything in here, inside this one, will be coming from a widget. And I think I need to place because it's going to be different between different sizes. I don't like these exact placements, because right now it's a 1280 by 720. Maybe that works. So yeah, so let's put this on minus 1100, and that's it there. It won't be working, but it's a start. I want that to be 150 wide. want this to be 9. Oh, what's that? 975. 975. 975. And let's see here. Pull these out a little bit. This one needs to be anchored to the left. Zero. That does not make any sense. There we go. It's this one. I need to be 0. Move it in 1. That's not it. 1. There we go. And zero and 0.5 though. There we go. Do it this way. Zero. 0. 1.2. 1.2. What the fuck? Do what I say, not what I tell you to do. 1.2. Now we are just gonna set this to 0. And that is exactly there where I want it. We'll see. We'll see. All right, that is that. That is that. So how about that? And then we have the chip, vehicle, whatever you call it, in the center. And this one is controlled, so we have this size. Won't be able to move it, but we can move the width on the different things here. Same thing here. We're going to be able to drag this up and down and right and left, depending on what information we want to see and what is most important to us right now. All right. All right. What's the next step here? I want to check in, so we do the drag and drop stuff correctly. This is not right. What the fuck happening here? How wide is this? That is 975 and 150. There we go. There we go. Don't like when it's not symmetric. Some drag. So what do we use to define and drag and drop? I mean, I've been doing this, I just don't remember. Image widget can be used as a drop zone if you want specific images to represent the drop area. Well, it does not have many customization options as border. border widget is often used because it's allowed for easy customization of background images, color, and padding. It also supports events like on drop, making it an ideal candidate for the drop zone. You can set the border to have a specific appearance. For example, a border outline is visual indicating drop zone is to the user. An overlay widget is useful if you want to stack multiple elements such as an image and a text and have them both serve as a drop zone. It gives you the flexibility to combine different visual components in the single drop zone. Box, horizontal box, vertical box. If your drop zone needs to hold other widgets in specific arrangement, for example, horizontal, vertical list, using a horizontal box or vertical box might be appropriate. You can still define these boxes as drop zones and handle the on-drop event. We're just gonna have one thing. So basically, what the plan is that a drop zone is gonna do. It's gonna be a visual indication that here is a drop zone for your item. The next thing I want to do is it needs to visual. If you drag over a item that is not supposed to go into that specific slot because it's a low slot and you have a high slot item, then it needs to indicate that this is the wrong slot for you. So it needs to be visual indication on that. And I want the image to go from when you drag over, it's supposed to be either like a light green or a light red, indicating for you to drop it in there. It also, when you drop it, it needs to update the image in the widget to an occupied image of the item that you placed in there. That's what I needed to do. You're supposed also to be able to drag from the drop zone. So I think that a set the drop event inside the custom function bound to on drop, implement the logic what happens when you drop item and drop. This might be including inventory, and blah 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 blah. Yeah. Think an overlay is the best way to do it. So it's basically we take a vertical box, then inside we put an overlay, and we set a image in the background, and on top of that, whenever we drop something in there, we can update that with another image on top that indicates, or we update the image. Still thinking overlay might be the best thing. All right. We need to create a new class of widget because we're going to do some things in the background. So, of course, we need to have a system where I have widgets and I have a controller in the background because we always need a controller. So let's see. So we're going to go into UI and we're going to go to widgets and we're going to do another user widget and we're going to create a class and we're going to call this a slot widget, maybe slot drag slot drag slot. Position. I hate naming. Oh, I'm so bad at it. We're gonna create a class here, and because we're gonna have quite a few widgets here, so we're gonna call this what do you call it? Fitting window widgets. Maybe create that class. I'm redoing stuff that people have done so many times before me. Reinventing the wheel. Let's see. Let's see. Just should I think so what should I think about something special when I talk about a drop zone? If I drop a widget in the slot, that we need to be able to interact with, drag it out again. We need to be able to right click on it and interact with it that way. So of course I'm talking to my friend here, Chat GPT. When creating a drop zone where a widget can be dropped, interact with, and dragged out again, there's several important considerations. Ensure smooth and intuitive functionality is what you think about. Drag out functionality. Ensure that your widget you drop on into your slot can be dragged out again. This requires setting up both drag and drop logic and the drop widget itself. Of course, ensuring that you can initiate a drag operation. Binding events, you need to be binding events, handle interaction with widget drop. The slot should be interactive, for example, with buttons, text fields, etc. This might involve ensuring that input events like on-clicked, on-hovered, or custom education. So that is fine. We don't have to think about anything special right now. That's just when we start creating the functions and stuff for the widget. Some of these things we will totally do in Blueprint because I've been struggling with the drag and drop in C++. I usually tend to just go back and do the Blueprint version of it. If the widget contains interactive elements, consider how to focus management. Well, drop zone highlighting when dragging a widget on a drop zone, considering providing visual feedback. So slot management, we're gonna have that, that's fine. Slot clearing logic, we're gonna feel that is fine. Yeah, all right, okay. No, nothing special right now anyway. So this is going to be the widget that we use to create a blueprint from. So we're gonna go into fitting window widgets. We're gonna create a blueprint based on this, but we're gonna go into do that slow position widget. We're gonna do this from our blueprint menus here. Widget controllers. Jesus Christ, where are we? Fitting window. We're gonna create a slot. blueprint class slot position widget. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I actually never thought about that. I don't think it matters which way you would go. Slot position widget. Select key and let's put slot position slot position widget. Okay. Or drag and drop. I don't know what the hell they call these. Drag, drop, slot position. Getting too small for me. All right. Gonna do an overlay here. Boom. And we're going to set this to desired. I wonder if we're gonna do a, hold on. I'm gonna wrap this with a size box. Size box. Scale box. Size box. There we go. And this will be max. What did I say? 100. Right. Then we're gonna overlay, and in the overlay we're gonna have an image. Boom, and that's gonna be center. And yeah. More of a yellow side, I think. There we go. Just to have a different color on it. So what do we need to have? We need to have drop and drop zones. We need to have. I need to have an image background. This is the one we're going to update whenever we hover over it. It needs to update depending on if we're holding something that is droppable here or not. And then we're going to have a image on top of that that is, let's say it's 96. That's going to be centralized, and that is going to be, let's put that darker. And this will be the this is going to be the item image. We're going to update that. So we're going to update the item image to either null or nothing. And that means that our tint is going to be, you know, Jesus, that was slow moving. So if this is empty, slot empty, then we're going to have a function to handle that, and then we're going to have function to handle drag over and whatever. So we're going to move into, I'm going to create a new controller class, which is controllers. We actually are in the right track. So I'm going to take the basic widget controller here, and I'm going to say gonna do this. I'm gonna control fitting menu, change that, and this is gonna be drag drop slot controller. Create that one. All right. That's my controller. Boom. We ended up down here. So that's my controller. We're gonna have a controller as well for my fitting menu. So let's create that as well. Let's see. That's exactly what I call it. Fitting menu. Yep. This is gonna be my fitting menu controller. Create that class. Compile C++ code. All right. Cool. Now I want a couple of more things here just to start out. So first of all, let's get our WDP. Whoa. That is the one we want. So let's see, in here is where we want to get this. So I want to have that one to replace that one and see. Where the hell did this end up? Jesus Christ. Where the fuck did you end up? Not you. You. No. Okay. WBP. Let's see. WBP. Oh, it ended up in the canvas panel. That's not what I want to do. There. I want you to be there. Nice. And I want you to go up there. Number one. Now we can delete that. All right. So we're just gonna, as for the hell of it, I'm gonna put in 3 of those, 4 of those. Now we're just gonna delete these guys. And these guys, let's see. I want them to be like that, right? That's 3, 4, 5. Okay. Copy that and paste this into this guy here. Now we can delete these guys. And we're going to take these, I'm going to copy them, and we're going to place them into my vertical box. We can delete these guys. Not that. Alright, so now we have 5 of them in here. Now we can update that with whatever we want. They are individuals. So we got the item, we got the we got the slot size box. If we need to control that, that's good. I mean, when on hover, you can resize it. You can make it smaller, whatever you want to do. Not a big fan of it, but that's the way it is. All right. So we need a widget here now to put in our storage scroll box. Or we're not going to put it, we're going to put it inside a size box rather than the scroll box, but it's going to be a scroll box inside there. So I'm going to create that now. And yeah, we need to create, let's see here when I'm thinking about it. So you have the scroll box, you have the scroll box. Whatever you populate in the scroll box doesn't really matter. Those two, I'm just thinking about these two here. So what are you going to populate into? It doesn't really matter, right? That is controlled by the widget controller, what actually goes in there and how that works. So we can do different controllers, but because the data itself is contained, the same thing with these, I can actually use the same freaking scroll box. I just create 6 different controllers. So I create one. It's the controllers. Yeah, create the controllers that will populate it. Yeah. So we only need one type of widget. That controller is going to, all it's going to do is all it's going to do is basically provide a container and a storage holder for the controller rather than the actual information. So it's going to be a widget that all it does is has, okay, we have a scroll box and a controller. That's all I do. Whatever else you do is up to you to control it. And then the controller is the one that the question is there. When I do it like that, then I just need to call the same named function on the controller. All the controllers need to have the same named function. And what I can do is create a interface. And the interface is basically just calling. I think I have an interface for that, don't I? I'm thinking about it. Look what interfaces I have. I can use the same fucking interface and just create a function. Because I've been playing around with UI and interfaces and stuff before. So interactions is here, and base UI, base UI widget interface. Yeah, so let's just take a look at this. Oh, so basically I can just place a function here that I can call, and that's it. All right, we'll do that. So all I need to do is create a holder that can hold my a reference to my scroll box and the controller. That's it. That's all I have to do. Right. So what we're going to do here then is we're going to create a new widget and start with that widget, and we're going to do a user widget, create a subclass, and this is going to be my let's see, first of all I'm going to set it into my fitting window widgets. It's supposed to be menu, but now that's the name it has. So, and this will be just a fitting menu scroll box container. I hate naming. The worst. I hate naming conventions. I never know what the fuck to do. Right. Nice. All right, that's that. So now we just need to create a widget name. Let's see. Blueprints. Here we go. UI, fitting menu. That's floating widgets. That's not what we want. We want the fitting menu. In here, we're going to create a new user blueprint, and we're going to go and call this fitting menu scrolling box container. And we're just going to do fitting menu scroll box. There we go. And all this is going to have is, let's see, we have already all the sizes, so all we need to do is add a scroll box. That's it. Scroll box, boom. And we're going to call this fitting window scroll box. There we go. I'm going to copy that name. I'm going to compile. I'm going to save. I'm going to go into this one here. And I'm going to copy. Ooh, this scroll box. So hold on. Information tab selector, radial target container. Take that. Canvas panel combo box. There's a size box. No, I'm supposed to have a scroll box. Alright, we'll copy that anyway. There we go, and we're gonna do new scroll box. There we go. And forward declaration, and all we need to do here is, because I lost the copy version, it's gonna take that there. And I'm gonna call that there, boom. And we're just gonna set a public here, public. Boom. Now we're gonna add a function, virtual void controller set or something like that. Controller is set, and we are going to get a, let's see, we need to have a, too much shit open now. Again, this is my stuff I always do. We need to, no, we're not gonna have, let's see. We're not gonna be doing that because we're gonna work with interfaces. So we are going to get a, boom. T object pointer. I'm gonna do U. No, is it U? We're gonna look at the controllers rather. Controllers widget. Not widgets, controllers, widget controllers. And is a GD. So GD widget controller, and we're going to forward declare that, and this is going to be controller. There we go. So that's the one we're going to set. Oh, you copy? No? The hell do you want? Found EOF when expecting. Manage scroll box container. What the fuck are you talking about? Hold on. What? Found EOF when expecting end of what am I missing? What am I missing? Oh shit. Alright. Sorry. There we go. I need a semicolon on that one. Like, what the fuck is happening here? Alright, so we got the controller that we can store. I'll just get this guy up and running. Can do anything super with that, just to make sure. So this is the control box, scroll box, and then we are just in here. We're going to call an interface. So we take the Jesus, we actually don't need that even, to be honest. Boom. Wrong one. Jesus, we already have that. We have the widget controller in the parent class. I got too much shit open now. Holy shit, I got so much shit to do here. Trying to take it one step at a time, but always end up in a situation like this. So we got the widget controller. This is because we have a controller that we got to interact with. Where are you, mother? What the fuck? Please take that widget. And this is the widget controller. No, right. I'm not looking at the widget controller. Jesus Christ. This is the container. So we're going to look at the widget. So we're going to look at widget. And we're going to look at, where are you? That's the one. That's the ticket. That's where we got that already. So we're going to set the widget controller. Whenever that is set, we are launching a function called widget controller is set. And when that function is done, then we have access to the controller. Right. And widget controller. There we go. And this one, if this implements, if see, so we're going to check if this implements, and we want to see if it implements our is it base UI with the controller interface, and let's see. We need to add that there. But not like that. Yeah, that is implementing the UI base UI image controller set, and we know that that does that, and then we can take the wait a minute. That's not exactly how you do it, does it? This is just a check. Maybe I should cast it. Maybe I shouldn't cast it. Let's see. I'm gonna double check this because this is not something I do very, very often. But we want to do this. Copy that. Now that. Copy that. It's an interface. And we take our bidding menu scroll and we're going to do a public that, and then we're going to include that. Include what are we going to include? Interactions and base UI interface. That's turned the correct color. And then we're going to virtual void. I'm going to implement something. What are we going to implement? Target base. There we go. I'm going to implement this function. No. Initialize base widget. No. Initialize sub widget. Is that a function? It doesn't take anything. So right now we can initialize sub widget. Use that one. Sub widget implementation. There we go. So I'm gonna take that. This doesn't do anything. All right, that is what we're gonna do. And now we can execute that without casting. Jesus, don't need that one. Jesus, everything is so small all of a sudden. I start getting tired, I guess. This is the container, and that's the container. So I need to execute. So let's see if this is widget controller. Execute. No, I have to look up exactly what the code is. Jesus. So where the fuck did we do that? Well, I have the I got so many controllers. Basic information controller, maybe. Jesus. Here. That is what we do. We get that. We take, okay. So I base. And then we take and we execute initialize sub widget, and we do that like so. There we go. So whenever we are, yeah, they say it's redundant. Then it's doing something in the controller. Let's see, we can close that one. We can close that one. So now we know that it is having this. So whenever something happens, it will trigger, and we are absolutely putting it in the wrong place. Oh my God, Jesus. That's okay. Fitting one. So, drag drop slot, fitting menu control. We haven't even. Yeah, that is wrong. We were supposed to create a controller for drag and drop. No, fitting menu. Yeah, we're missing some control. A big controller here. Jesus. That's what happens. So I need to create another controller. So what are we actually doing here? Well, we're going to get controllers for all these windows because we need to populate them with different information and different data and different structures. And all of them is going to have, all of them is going to have a scroll box in them. And we're going to populate different information in that scroll box. So they need its own controller to tell the scroll box what actually to put in there. So yeah, we're going to start with one of these and then we can work our way through. This will be like a container, a list of all your storage containers. So we can create the first controller for that just to have it done, and then we can take it step by step. Yeah. So we're gonna take the fitting menu. This is controllers. So we're gonna okay, we don't need to do that. Overlay widget controller radio. No, this one. I'm gonna create a controller, and this will call. What did I say? Fitting menu. Storage list. Storage list. Controller. And we're going to put this in the right, and that's going to be the fitting menu. All right, create class. I mean, sometimes it feels like I get so many classes and widget control and go left and right, and everything is just doing one thing. But in the end, it feels like, yeah, I get a lot of files different, but every file only do one specific thing. So I basically says, okay, you do this, and that's it. And I don't have to worry about so much. Let's see here. So fitting menu. So we are getting our storage list controller. All right. So now we got that. That is that one. So what we need to do is I can close these guys down now. So the problem I had here now is that I put the interface on the wrong freaking thing. I was supposed to put that on the controller. What the hell happened with the controller? Widget controllers. There we go. That's where it's supposed to be. And we can take and copy and cut that out and place in the right place. Go. And this thing needs to go in the right place. It's supposed to go here. I'm going to put it in the public. And let's see. That means that we can remove this. Boom. And we are going to create that function. All right. So let's see here. So we have everything under control here. So this implements the base UI widget controller interface that has the function initialize sub widget. So we implement that. And that is the function that we call from the iBase UI widget controller interface, and we execute that, and we're using our widget controller that we place into this widget, and that will kick off all the functions that we need to populate the scroll box that we have here. Now, the question is, we need to pass that in through this function. So we probably need to implement a specific function in the interface that can take a scroll box, and then we'll just pass that through. So we'll do that, and therefore we're going to open our interface again, because you know, then we can just throw it in there and forget about it. We say, here's the scroll box. Do whatever you need to do. I don't give a flying F what you're doing with it. Just do what you need to do. And that is basically, then I can reuse this and just put in, if I want to reuse it somewhere else, all I have to do is populate it with another controller and tell that controller what to do, and it will do it with that information. So what I need to go into is my, Jesus, I'm getting lost in my own freaking tabs here. We're going to go back to the interactions here, and we're going to implement a new function. So we're going to go copy that, and we're going to call this, oh, Jesus. Scroll box. Come on, don't. Let's just scroll box. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna have a use scroll box, and question is, it's supposed to be, this is where I always get lost. I usually tend to put in a contribute. Jesus, this is where I get lost. It's not supposed to be a pointer, right? This is scroll box, reference a scroll box called in scroll box. Right? I don't know. Or is it saying that that's not going to work? It's always get red. Why? It doesn't like that. All right, there we go. Easy peasy. Then that was not that hard. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna implement virtual void initialize scroll box implementation. I'm gonna grab that. We're gonna generate that so we can actually remove this now. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna set this to a T object pointer. You scroll box, and there we go. That's gonna be one of these, and I'm gonna use a U property on that one just to make sure that it's taken care of. All right, so now we're going back to where are we going? Here. And we're going to implement execute initialize scroll box. And we're going to have two things. We're going to have a U object, and then we're going to have a scroll box. So we're going to grab our scroll box, this one. We're going to copy that. And we're going to comma. Oh, shit. Oh, I don't need all that information. Boom. And we're going to set a parenthesis and parenthesis. And we don't need that one now, because that is done. Boom. We are done. Jesus, my neck. Oh. Feels like I need to bring my size of my screen up. I mean, I have one of these. Not Ultra HD, it's half Ultra. Sometimes it gets too small, especially when I start getting tired. Right. So now we will have full control on these. What? You want to go down? You don't want to go down? You want to sit there with me? Okay. Dogs. Anyways, where are we? Stretch out a little bit. Oh. All right. So now we got a scroll box that we can check. We're just gonna launch this up again. And this would be, of course, populated from, oh, look at that. We got some errors. Implement every time. What's the wrong with this? Static class. Oh, did I bring it the wrong order? Sluta. Stop. Is this where the error is? I actually don't know. Yeah, there's something I need to. I want to do this check though. But it doesn't really matter because if it doesn't implement it, then nothing will happen. So it's not going to crash. It's just not going to do anything. But yeah. All right. Let's take a look at game blueprints UI and fitting menu. And no, that's not it. That's not this one. It's an empty one, but all I want to know is that it binded up properly, and we got a little check mark here, so it's bound. So perfect. So now we can place this one and replace all these placed inside our scroll box. So we can go here. I'm gonna do WBP scroll box. We're not gonna have it in there, but piece information. Ah, Jesus, my eyes. Okay, let's do this. I'm just gonna can fucking see what the hell I'm doing. There we go. Sometimes it works just fine, and sometimes I just can't fucking see what the hell I'm doing. There we go. Boom. Thank you. All right. What did I say? I said target information. Didn't I? The hell did I name it? Oh. Okay. WGB. Fitting scroll. That's fine. Now I can go in here and do WBP fitting, and do I need to? There we go. So, so this one, for example, is gonna be a fitting scroll, so storage size box, and that's the one we want to populate in there. However, this is gonna happen when I dynamically, whenever I start one of these, it will populate it with the right one. Or we can just place it in here and say we connect it up through blueprints. I can do that as well. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna take this one. This is a horizontal box. I don't want that. I want my scroll box in there. Boom. This one, I want my scroll box in there. And this one, I want the scroll box. Then this one, I'm gonna have a scroll box. Wait a minute. That's information upper. This one needs to have a scroll box as well. All right. All right. Horizontal, informative. All right, that's gonna be that. So this is, well, I don't know if I'm gonna name it something, but it's gonna be called item window. And this is information window. This is going to be a high slot container. That's going to be a low slot container, apparently. This could be a mid slot container. All right. I want the mid slots to be above high slots in just. And honestly, I think I want these guys on top as well. Item window and information window. There we go. All right, so that is the plan. So now we just need to populate each of these with data that we need to do. And let's see, the fitting window, fitting scroll, yeah. So this is the item window. So we need to be able to, first of all, to have a box that we can populate in a container of some sort. And it's going to be a pure virtual container. It's not going to be a physical container. It's going to be a container that we can have in it's going to be a station container. A station container is a pure virtual. It's basically just an image that we can open and close, and when we click on it, it should populate all its content should be populated in this window. And so I'm keep thinking, you know, how do I, so basically it's a need to have some kind of container within something that will keep track of everything that's in the container. So it's going to be a T array of containers. And honestly, I don't know. I think I have to investigate exactly how to build this out. But this is the basics of it. So we're gonna stop streaming. It's Sunday today. I need to spend some time with my wife, but I'll be back tomorrow morning, and we'll continue streaming. I'm probably gonna be checking out tonight exactly how to organize this. So because basically we need some kind of items that we can put into the storage that we then can populate in here, and then we're going to be able to grab that, drag out, and populate it in the correct widget over here. So we're going to drag high slots up here. These will be populated based on how many high slots, mid slots, and low slots our active vehicle has, the vehicle that we are actually populating right now. So that's the plan there. Oh, and up here, we of course is going to have information about our current vehicle, what their stats is, how a fitting is, and so on, so on, so on. All right, so that's it. I'll be back tomorrow morning, and for everybody who actually been in here, I've been really nice to see that we had some visitors, and I thank you so much for it. And I'll be back, and I will continue streaming this, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, I'm Swap Gaming, and keep on playing games. Take care. Bye bye.